I guess to raise the bar to an international level, because I think that the quality and what Netflix brings, it brings a standard, doesn't it? Like a standard of sound, a standard of vision and stuff. And I think that the local soap operas are very much, shoot in 6 days, edit on the 7th, edit as you go along, get it out on air. I've never worked on these productions, but I've heard lots of stories. And it's very much, you're going almost from set to transmission in a record time. And people are kind of doing this, working day and night to kind of make that happen. But with Netflix, that's not the case. And I think that Turkish people, they embrace these kind of things, and they want to go to the top quality standard. The actors especially, all the actors said to me that these were the sets that they kind of felt very comfortable in. Yeah, I mean, I think that because The Protector was the first Netflix show, and Atiye was the second Netflix show. With the first one, I was installing a vision of how these kind of series are made in the US or in the UK. And that wasn't something that people were familiar with. And they were a little bit uncomfortable at the beginning of kind of working in a different way. This idea of editing and getting cuts off to Netflix for approvals, and because that's not also very common. So you do a director's cut that goes off, and that gets approved, or you get notes back on that. And then at the same time you're preparing. So you need to have multiple teams. So you've got one team shooting and one team preparing. I think what's important to understand is always the audience, who you're making these for. I've got 2 kids myself, 10 years old. And I don't think that Turkish television catered for a younger audience. I think that most of the dramas that they were making for an older audience. And I think that what Netflix did is it saw that there being a big hole there, and saying there's a potential market here for a younger audience. It's aimed at the sort of, that audience of in their teens who want something that, the Americans make very well with the Marvels or the big, mega cinema productions. And I think that this genre is not Turkey's strong point. There is very little in this genre that was already being made. To do that is difficult, because you need to find the right people, the right chemistry, the right actors. And, you need to believe in the unbelievable. This sort of genre is like, oh, well, that would never happen kind of thing. It's not real. But it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be the imagination and stuff. And I think younger audience kind of gets that. It's a sort of a release of using history, using the incredible locations and the incredible things around us as part of a fantasy story. And I think that there's enough room to cater for everyone. And it's just that Netflix is just catering for an audience which traditionally wasn't being catered for in the past. From what I'm hearing and the feedback that I'm getting is that The Protector has found a big fan base, and I think people are really happy with what's come out. I personally think that from where we started to where we are now, I think it's a really big success, and it's something that I'm proud to be a part of. I learned a lot along the way, and I think I became better at my job from what I learned. We made a lot of really good friendships, and it was a really nice set to be on. And it was a set where it was a filmmaker's set, and it was very much where there was very, very little tension. The actors came and they were very involved in the making of it. And, the success is really, obviously it's down to Cagatay, who did an incredible job and who's an incredible professional, wonderful person to work with. And as is, as Hazal and Okan and everyone else that was involved. But especially those 3 characters were brilliant collaborators in it, and that, made it easy for everyone else to just kind of blend into the production and make it feel like it was into our world, because they need to make everyone else believe that, as well as the director, that this world existed and this is our world. And I think they did an incredible job on that. Having worked with Beren on Atiye, it was very interesting to see how much pressure that actually puts on the actress herself. it's not just looking at Turkey, but it's also looking at the success of the other shows. And as I Fatma Gul, when you play these roles, you then become a figurehead, and everyone looks to you for what you think. Everyone looks to you for what for their thoughts, and you to be as a leader, as a de facto leader. For Cagatay, he, when you have such pressure of a show on someone's shoulders, it can be too much for some people. But also the way we were filming, the way we were doing things in season 1, we were filming in Sultan Ahmed Square, we were filming in big locations, the Grand Bazaar, and on Turkish TV series isn't the norm. Some of the scenes that we were shooting in season 1, and I'm not exaggerating, we probably had maybe 1,000, 1,500 people watching us. This format was something new for all of us. And it was, we were all nervous, and we were all a little bit unsure about how things were working out. But instead of it being a problem, that became a strength.